IGN has partnered with Sandfall Interactive, Kepler Interactive, and Lace Records to bring you the beloved music from Clair Obscur Expedition 33 on 2 different vinyl sets, a 6LP and 2LP. These LPs come in an exclusive Galaxy Effect variant, so get yours at store.ign.com. And here with me to talk all about Clair Obscur Expedition 33's haunting soundtrack is the composer, Lorien Testard. Lorien, welcome.
Hello, thank you for the invitation.
No, thank you for joining me. So let's get right into it. Clair Obscur is a bit of a surprise hit this year. People cannot stop talking about it. And more importantly, people cannot stop talking about the game's incredible soundtrack. So one, how did you feel about people's overall reception of the game and, of course, the soundtrack, as well as now it's getting released on vinyl? How's it feel?
Hey, it feels surreal for me. Like it's so much joy and happiness to share like all the game and the music with players. And so now we have like a vinyl for the game, so it's really special too, because I have like working on the soundtrack for so long, and I really love vinyl. For me, like it's a beautiful object with so much poetry. Like I really like to have like the physical manifestation of music in like a room. So it's so special to experiment like the music directly in my room with the vinyl.
Yeah, no, there's something fascinating. You also have an incredible story. You basically started as a solo composer releasing tracks frequently on SoundCloud, and then Guillaume and the team at Sandfall Interactive kind of discovered you and then tapped you to compose the entirety of the game's soundtrack. So how did it feel to go from releasing tracks on a kind of solo basis whenever you felt like it to suddenly be thrust in a part of a team? Was that a dramatic shift for you, or was it easy to kind of get into that workflow?
So it was easy to get in the workflow because I didn't change my workflow. So I was like, before I was guitar teacher, and then I write like song on my free times for like for games and stuff like that, for song I want to create. So basically I have like my daily routine of creating music. So it's only shift like the scope of the project and stuff like that. But I was creating music like every day. And then with Guillaume and Sandfall, I was creating music every day. So the transition was easy, but it was like so much fun for me to create music for like a real project and not like stuff I imagine in my head.
Now, did you ever envision that this soundtrack would have the scope of 154 tracks?
Not at start. Like we see the results like one track by one track. But yeah, at start it was we composed for every characters and battle team and stuff like that, and it grew with times.
Now, a bit of a personal question: have you actually played Clair Obscur? It's okay if not.
Yeah, I played like a lot Clair Obscur during development. So yeah, I played it a lot. Since launch, I played like the game with my family. So it's not me myself and do like the full game, but yeah, I see like my parents finish the game and stuff like that. So it was pretty amazing for me to share that with my parents. But yeah, I think I will like wait maybe few months, maybe years before like putting myself solo on it and do like the full walkthrough of the games, because I really like know the game by heart. So I know every little details and secrets. So it's maybe a bit too soon early for me to replay the game on the full files.
Is there a part that you've seen people struggle with regularly? Because for a lot of people, they struggle with the parry mechanic in general. Is that a thing that you find people struggling with?
When I watch like stream and stuff like that, what's happening the most is Simon. So the name is not a bigger spoiler, but yeah, Simon is like the big challenge for the game. Like there's the players who succeed to defeat him, and those who want to try. So yeah, I think it's the biggest peak in difficulty.
I know you were given the script ahead of time, but in terms of cinematic stuff that really stands out to me, that where the music really shines, is the big, almost like hype-inducing moments. I'm thinking of near the beginning of Act 2, where you are fighting against the duelist, or the last time you fight Renoir, where the music just really swells in collaboration with all of the like blocking and art direction, where everything just kind of comes to a pass. Was that something that you kind of designed the music around, or is it the fine folks over at Sandfall who kind of take the music and then find the right moment for the big action set pieces?
Yeah, the majority of the cutscene was like handmade, and it's like custom music for it. So we have like basically all like the light and little cutscene, like Fire Camp and stuff like that. It was like song already created, and like the cinematic teams and Guillaume like choose song, and we see if it fit, and we do like some back and forth to feel like the game and the music with the cutscene. But like for every big cinematic and big moments, it was always a custom made song for this cutscene. So yeah, it's basically I write on the cutscene. So I see like I have like all the voice, I have like all the movement of the characters, and I can feel like the scene, and it helped me to create the music too.
So let's talk a little bit about the actual vinyl. Clair Obscur Expedition 33 has over 154 tracks in the game. How did you go about whittling that down to stuff that would actually fit on the vinyl? Did you have to kill some darlings? What happened here?
Yeah, it was a nightmare for me to do that. I spent like so much time. I think I spent like 10 days on thinking and choosing the tracks for the vinyls. So basically, I wanted the selection to reflect like the whole world and the whole adventure of Clair Obscur for the players. So I choose like tracks from every part of the games. So we have a 6 LP vinyl. So it's like the half of the soundtrack. So I choose like 1, 2, or 3 tracks by environment, characters, and boss team, like the most reflective one. And then I have to cut like some song that was maybe a bit too much optional for the player and stuff like that. But it was really hard to choose. But I try to have like the full world in the selection, and I really like the sense of flow when I listen to vinyl. So I spend a lot of time choosing like every track and every transition on each track to have like a full atmosphere for each vinyl. So like I love to have, for example, like all battle team and boss team on one faces, and like to have like all the goofy song of Jethral in one faces and all the emotional song in one faces. So the player could really choose their mood and what they want to hear. So if you are in a mood to hear Jethral song, we have like all the Jethral song in one face. And if you want to have like emotional song and character theme, you have that in one faces too.
That's incredible. And again, no small feat to just, one, compose all of these, but two, have to choose what needs to kind of really give everyone the full experience of what Clair Obscur has to offer. So hats off to you.
Yeah, it was really hard to do that, but we have also the luck to have like 8 CDs with the full soundtrack and bonus. So it was like, okay, we are, thanks to the player and like the love for the game and the soundtrack, we could really have like selection for the vinyl, because it will be like 15 vinyls, and it didn't like happen to have that. But yeah, it will be a dream. But we have like a 6 LP, a 2 LP, and we also have like 8 CDs. So the 8 CDs allow to offer like the full soundtrack with every track of the game. So I'm really happy for the players to want to experiment that, to have these CDs.
But let's talk a little bit. You said there's bonus tracks on the vinyl. Can you talk a little bit about those?
So yeah, the bonus track are like on the CDs. It's like track we release on YouTube. It's like missing track from the soundtrack and bonus track, like from cutscene and like some instrumental version of the song. So we add it in the CDs, and at the launch day of the pre-release of the vinyl, we also like release a bonus album with this track for like Spotify and all the platforms, so the player could discover them in digital and in the CDs.
Now, speaking of bonus tracks, stuff that gets left on the cutting room floor. One thing that I was astounded to uncover is that in a previous interview, you talked about Globlu's theme being something that was just in the drafts folder. And when I hear it now, it's like, well, how can this not be in the game? So how did you go about, like, why was it that you were like, I don't know about this one? And how did it go about actually making it into the game?
Yeah, it was like it wasn't on purpose, but yeah, I often like create music at night. So I would like create one song for one night and do that for like 3-4 days. And then when I listen to the song like the tomorrow morning, it's I will put it in my draft and the same beats. And it's like 4 years later or 3 years later, but Guillaume discovered it again, and he say me, I want this one in the game. So I rework it a bit and like I finish the song. But yeah, like the main idea to create the song was made really fast, and for me it was like a small night draft, and I put it on the side.
Well, good decision making all around, because I'm very glad it's in the game. So let's talk a little about some inspirational sources. Do you have any favorite game composers or track lists? I know you've previously talked about being a child of the N64 and really falling in love with the Legend of Zelda series. Specifically, I believe you've called out Majora's Mask. What is it about a game like Majora's Mask that really stands out to you in terms of its composition?
It's more the world and like the feeling you feel when you do the adventure on Majora's Mask. I love like the feeling of surprises and the world like full of wonder and full of secrets. So I really love Zelda music for that, because like I love melodies and leitmotif. So when you're like on the shop merchant on Zelda, you have like always the same tune and same melody. And for me, like it creates memories and creates nostalgia. So I really love the melodic motif on Zelda series for that. So yeah, when I hear like all the jingle of Zelda, instantly I can recognize Zelda, and it reminds me like the good old time when I was playing.
Yeah, I think everyone watching, that resonates with them 100%. Now, I don't mean to blow up your spot here, but are you familiar with the Final Fantasy series at all?
Not so much. Like I have like all the Nintendo console when I was young. So I don't have like PS1, PS2. So I only play on Nintendo for like my whole childhood life. So I'm not really familiar with Final Fantasy.
One series that you have talked about previously is Nier, and Nier is one that I think it's very close to a lot of gamers' hearts in general. What is it about Nier that stands out to you in terms of its compositions?
So yeah, I play Nier Automata like some years ago, and I really like enjoy the mood and the atmosphere of the game. The story too was really special, and like the music of Nier like really creates like something really special for the atmosphere of the game. So it's really tied to what we feel from the story and like for the whole sadness and nostalgia of the world. So I like Nier music for that.
Now, before we go, is there anything else you'd like to say to the fans?
Thank you. Thank you for playing the game and for listening the music and sharing like all your emotion with us. It's mean a lot for me, and it's so powerful to share that with the players. And like I'm beyond happy, and I'm really grateful to live in the world where like we have created the game and like players share it with us. So it's really awesome for me. Thank you really much.
Lorien, thank you for composing an incredible soundtrack. And thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for the invitation.
And don't forget, the deluxe 6 LP vinyl box and 2 LP vinyl can be yours by visiting store.ign.com.